Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Vortak and welcome back to Rising World, where we are testing out the new modding API within the game by exploring the Simple Cars mod. Now, this obviously adds cars to the game. There are currently 2 cars available, and I've spawned one of them. I've built this nice road here we're going to test it out on, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about how it works, how you can spawn the car yourself, and of course where to download the mod. Real quick, we are in my creative world where I kind of tested the building design for the house I made on our Let's Play, but yeah, I just decided to spawn in the same world, build this road, and try this. So it's basically pretty self-explanatory. You spawn the car, you walk up to it, and a little door symbol appears in the center, if you can see that, and all you gotta do is hit F, and we're in the car. And doesn't that look like it looks when you get in a real car in real life? It goes and stops with the WASD just as you would walk in the game itself, and you'll notice it's a bit jittery. It's kind of, it seems a little bit unstable, right? Well, the way you can fix that, because again, this is like, obviously there's no sounds, very simple plugin, one of the first plugins with the new modding API, so don't, you know, don't go too hard on the developers here. But what you need to be doing is flying, and by flying, you actually make the car drive smoother. So you can't fly while you're in the car. If I hit space, nothing happens. If I try to go up and down, I just drive, but now it drives a lot smoother. So I'm going to turn it around here. I'm going to need to kind of jump off the road. So yeah, roads are kind of useless, but you know, if you're flying, it's a lot smoother. If you try going over terrain, and I'll show you that in a second, while you're flying or not, this car does not interact with it so well. But for all intents and purposes, there are now cars in Rising World. So I thought that was pretty cool. Real quick, I will show you some of the commands and the police car as well, because I'm sure some of you are interested in seeing both options here. So I'm going to get back on my feet because it's easier to spawn cars like that. And if you hit the chat window with T, you can type, I'm on a single player world, but you can still chat. I can type /car list, and that's all the current cars I have. I also saw on the actual plugin page itself, and you can test this for yourself, but there's also a bus, if I read that right, so you could, maybe there's a third option now. But yes, so let's type in /car police, and now we have this police car. So it's that easy. We're going to get in here, and nice and jittery because I'm not flying, of course. But yes, now we have the police car. And if you want all the commands you can do with this plugin, all you have to do is type in /car help. And there you are. There's everything you can do. You can refuel it, repair it, and yeah, it's get ID, I guess, for it, depending on what car you're driving. So that's the plugin in a nutshell. Let me show you what this looks like, though, on a regular non-super flat world. All right, so we're now here in my single-player world. I'm sure some of you remember this from the beach series I did on Rising World. And I'm going to just try to use what I have and spawn a car and see what happens. So I'm going to stand here. I'm going to hit T and type /car Lexus. We're going to get our Lexus. And I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to fly first because I know that makes it smoother. And I'm going to jump in. And it is smoother, but watch what happens when you try to traverse some terrain. We kind of go through it. That is why if you're using this on a server or you're using this in your own worlds, I highly recommend a nice flat road for your cars to drive on. If we try to go over the hills, it does its best to climb, but for the most part we just end up kind of floating in the air under the map itself. I felt like when I wasn't flying, it actually did climb a little bit, but you want to know what that looks like? Let me get out of the car real quick. Wow, it's black now. All the texture's gone. If I hit F2 and stop flying, get in the car, it's just a shaky, shaky mess, and it doesn't know what to do. So we're not going to be using this, I think, for some time, at least effectively. But this is a great start, and I love that when the plugin was first... the plugin API was first released, the very first thing that happens is someone decided to go straight for the kill. What is the one thing we don't have in Rising World? A means of transportation at all. We don't even have minecarts or anything like that. So now we have simple cars. And I want to thank the developer of this mod for creating it. And I'd say that for now it's very impractical. You really need to plan ahead before you have cars on your map. But it's cars in Rising World. What more could you want, right? Well, once it gets some sounds, once we get some more animations, I think this could be like a really cool thing. So yes, definitely a fun little mod to play with. The next video, I already have the mod installed. We're going to check out the new Trails mod, which is actually very, very practical, and I can't wait to show you. So if you want to see that and more videos on the channel, please subscribe, hit like if you've enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.